If it seems like nobody's come up with the answer to drone swarms yet, it's because there isn't one. But that's not actually as bad as it might seem. So, buckle up, because we're going to talk about drone defense. Now, there's never going to be a single counter-drone solution. Effective drone defense, like any kind of air defense, is really only possible through layering capabilities. People are always looking for the new system that's going to be our answer to drones, but drones aren't one thing. There are a whole bunch of different things that operate in different ways, and as a result, they represent a whole bunch of different challenges for defenders. And different challenges usually need different solutions. If you try to devise an air defense system that can engage ballistic missiles, as well as it can take down incoming mortars, as an example, well, what you end up with is a system that doesn't do either all that well, and it'll come with a terrible cost-exchange ratio for intercepts against the easier targets. After all, THAAD interceptors that can bring down high-flying and fast-moving ballistic missiles go for between $12 and $15 million apiece, while mortar and rocket interceptors usually cost around 50 grand. Drones represent a similar variety of challenges, ranging from speed and performance to control functionality, electronic warfare hardening, and so on and so on. So the best way to address a wide range of threats is to field a handful of systems with capabilities that overlap at their edges. Directed energy weapons, or lasers, can be really effective at engaging individual targets at relatively long ranges, but power output dictates how much time is required to bring each drone down. A laser with 100 kilowatts of power output or lower, like Israel's Iron Beam, the UK's Dragonfire, or the US Navy's Helios system, will all take anywhere from 3 to 10 seconds of sustained fire to shoot one drone down. And if you've got one laser, during that 3 to 10 seconds, it can only engage that one target. So if you're defending against a drone swarm, well, you better have multiple lasers with high power output to limit the duration of each shot and maximize the number of drones those lasers can shoot down. Conversely, microwave weapons, like the Army and Marine Corps' new Leonidas systems, can bring down entire swarms with a single pulse, and they have dramatically less thermal management requirements than modern lasers do. But of course, microwave weapons have their limits too. Generally speaking, they offer a lot less range than lasers or kinetics, and there are lots of variables that can limit their efficacy in the fight. Microwaves have proven effective against fiber optic drones and even hardened drones, but they're not guaranteed to stop everything. And then, of course, you've got kinetic systems, which can include drone interceptors, cheap missiles, or airburst rounds from legacy weapons, and even more. Now, like lasers, these systems are limited by the efficacy of their targeting, but they can engage targets rapidly and very effectively at pretty long range. Now, depending on the type, kinetic defenses don't have to be very expensive at all, but they are still pricier per shot than lasers at scale. And of course, they do have finite magazines and can arguably be even more reliant on logistics to refill those mags, depending on your method of power production. Your lasers may be waiting for a shipment of diesel. So how do you overcome the limitations of these systems and create an actually effective method of drone defense? Well, it's actually pretty simple. You field all of them in a layered model that uses each subsequent system to engage the threats that make it past the last one. Just like we do for air defense against missiles, fighter jets, and more, by having multiple systems, you can maximize the chances of intercepts. Now, complicated problems, again, tend to require complicated solutions, so anyone who's claiming otherwise is usually either trying to sell something or they're just on the wrong end of the Dunning-Kruger wave. And I'll let you decide where everybody you find online falls for yourself.